Hello out there to you. In this video, we're going to, let me make sure my audio's on, it's on. We're going to solve a perfectly competitive market and then figure out how many units a firm should produce. So something to know about perfect competition is that all of the products need to be identical, and then we're going to just take whatever the market price is. So in this case, we have a typical firm. We assume that all the firms are at least similar. And that's this marginal cost right here. And then we need to get the market price out of here. Okay, so essentially this is demand and this is supply and demand. I'm getting some kind of answer from these two functions, which I'm going to algebraically solve instead of graphing them. You could just graph both of these, see where they cross, but I'm going to do this algebraically. So the first thing I want to do, equilibrium price and quantity for tortillas, I need to set, this happens here where quantity supplied equals quantity demanded, and that will happen in this situation where I set 4Q equals the demand curve, which would be 264 minus 40Q. Okay, and I'm going to solve for Q. So we're going to send that over there, and this will be 44Q and 264. And then Q equals, well, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to put it in a calculator. I go 264 divided by 44, and that is 6. So 6 units of tortillas, that's this answer right here. Okay, this is supply and this is demand, and this is price. Okay, so now that I know that quantity, I just need to plug that into either the demand or the supply, and that'll give me what the price is. Okay, so in this one, I could just put on the supply side, it would just be 4 times 6 would be 24. And then on the demand side, if you'd rather use that, it would be 264 minus 40 times 6, whatever, it's like 240. It would also equal 24. Okay, so the price, equilibrium price is 24. Now, what we also know about perfect competition is that marginal revenue, okay, marginal revenue is going to equal price. So that's not very good. M marginal revenue equals price. And so I know that the price is 24, so MR must also equal 24 because all the tortillas are exactly the same. So now to get the profit maximizing equilibrium level for the individual tortilla factory that we're given here, I set MR equal to MC, and so that's going to be 24 equal to 12Q. They're going to use the lowercase q because this is for one firm. So this single firm will produce 2 units of tortillas. I mean, this could be millions of packages of tortillas. It could be 2 individual tortillas. It could be 2,000 tortillas, whatever the units are. There's two units is the answer to the equilibrium level. Okay, at the output level determined above, which is 2, the factory making a profit, breaking even, or earning a loss, explain your answer. Okay, so we don't really know because we don't know their fixed costs. Okay, so we can't really say what if they're earning a profit or not. We could say that their variable costs, though. Their variable costs are going to be 2, which is the quantity, times 12. So the variable cost would be 24. Okay, and if they had no fixed costs, then their total revenue would be 24 times 2 would be 48. So I can sort of set up the problem with profit. If I say 48 is my total revenue, and that would be minus variable cost, which we know is 24 for that many units, minus my fixed cost. So 24 minus FC, so I will be making a profit as long as my fixed costs are $23.99 or less. Okay, if they're any more than that, then I'll be suffering a loss. So that's the answer there. If all the factories are identical, how many factories are producing tortillas? So it's just the total output, which is 6, divided by individual firms. So that would be 3 firms. But the way to calculate this on another problem is just take the total product, or you could say that's like total quantity, and divide it by the output of one firm. So one firm, whatever that one firm output is, if all the firms are identical. So that'd be 3. Determine the producer surplus, typical market above. So what it is it's going to be this. This is 24. And then this right here. So they're going to produce 2 units. And how much are they making on each unit? So this would be 0. So it's just the area of this triangle. So that would be 1/2 the number of units, which would be 2, times 24. So that would be 48, and it'd be 24. Okay, so producer surplus for that individual firm would be 24, which is very similar to the profit, and this producer surplus is a very similar amount to profit. Okay, so that's how to solve that problem and get marginal revenue from a market algebraically.